Shalom and hello. Shalom and hello. This is Sister Victory. Blessings, thanks to the Most High and my dear sisters. You constantly hear me say dear sisters because that's what I'm hoping that we will learn to be to one another as women. Dear. Here it is a situation of a woman that's in the Senate, and apparently she has had her period, and she may not have been aware because it shows a stain between her legs of red, like it's blood. So that is something that the Most High naturally allow women to have. That's part of us being women, is to have menstrual periods. That is part of being a woman. And thank y'all for that, because, now that we have men that are trying to take our places, there are certain things that the Most High allowed our bodies to do and have that men cannot do. But I just wanted to point this out, is that, she's being reprimanded about having her period, okay? And that's something natural. I don't think that, that's not something that a woman would want to flaunt. So I don't think the woman walked in the house, the Senate house. I don't think she walked in there knowing that this stain was on her. But apparently it's another woman feeling like she should be reprimanded behind it. And I just said, it's so sad how we don't really support one another as women. It's just really sad. But there is a man that speaks up in the Senate office, and he's having compassion on her. But I'm just going to play a little clip of it and allow you to listen to him as well as her speak. It's just really sad, sisters. We need to be more supportive of one another, especially when it comes to womanly things that we all have to deal with. I'm going to play the tape.
I respect. Speaker, this is a house of respect. And there are things that should never be allowed to happen in the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, some things must just be said as they are. We have ladies here. We have wives. We have daughters. They go through these cycles. Whenever we go through these cycles, it's a matter to be managed personally without exposing it to other people. What Senator Gloria has done to this house today is disgrace. It's a lot of shame on this house, the Speaker. I invite you, the Speaker, if you consider, to invoke Standing Order number 123. If you consider, the Speaker, this must not be allowed to happen. Whatever the cause, whatever it is that's happening, it will never be allowed to happen.
Senator Gloria, what is the point of order?
Mr. Speaker, point of order. I think I'm dressed as per the standing orders. I'm covered, I have a suit, I have collars. I'm just short of a tie. I'm very disappointed. I'm actually more disappointed because the point of order that is being raised to try and attack an accident that is natural, because I have stained my clothes. And at the end of the day, I just want to know, while we are discussing this issue that is not even in the order paper, is it because senators are not women who have periods? I want to know, because then maybe I shouldn't be in this house because I have periods, Mr. Speaker. And on my way here, I actually stained my dress. So, and this is the period stigma, Mr. Speaker. This is the period stigma that is making our girls kill themselves. We have a girl who killed herself because of the same issue that I'm going through. And now I understand why. Because it is the women who actually are trying to make this a crime. Because maybe it's Valentine's Day. Because maybe Valentine's Day we are not supposed to have our periods. I am shocked That someone can stand here and say that the house has been disgraced because a woman has had her period. So women are not supposed to be in the Senate because we have periods. I don't understand. I'm in trousers. I've covered my... Honestly, the most someone can do is come to me and tell me, I'm sorry, are you having period cramps? Shall I give you painkillers? But instead, I am actually being castigated for having my period. So what we need to now talk about is, do women belong in the Senate? Because to try and pretend that women do not have periods because they're in the Senate, this is a very natural thing, and I'm very embarrassed and I'm very, very upset, Mr. Speaker. Protect me.
Yes.
And the sad part is another woman that is attacking her. Some things are just inappropriate. It's just some things are just inappropriate and should be discussed by behind closed doors. And this is definitely one of them. And to even broadcast this, it's like, it's appalling. You know, when will we as women learn to protect? If anything, someone should be getting up, grabbing their jacket, putting it around her. Women weren't always like this to one another. We really need to learn how to have sisterly love, especially more as we call ourselves godly women, as more as we call ourselves believers and followers of the Most High. When will we realize the ability to love one another can change so much wickedness in this world as sisters? When we look at the women in the Bible that supported one another, how much we saw come out of it. How much? And it's just very sad to see. Sisters, search your heart and see, why do you hate your sister so much? And most of us, we'll hate our sisters, but you'll take all kind of crap off of them, a man. What is it? A self-hatred? Do you hate yourself so you hate your sister? Is it something that maybe you grew up to feel bad, made to feel bad about women? Did someone make you feel bad? I know when I grew up, I always heard a lot, boys are better, and you girls are this, you girls are that. And so it did put somewhat of a stigma on wanting to be a girl. And that's why we have some girls that want to be tomboys, because they were not made to feel good about being a female. This is why we have so many girls who want to act like men, because they weren't made to feel good as a woman. Or men rejected the responsibility in caring for them as women. Search your heart, sisters, if you have any of this in your spirit, and ask the Father, why? Why do I feel like this towards my sister? Now, granted, if your sister done you wrong, that's one thing. But just not to have love for a sister because she's a woman just like you are is sad.